Nah, you say Glorilla. I can say Glorilla.
That's how she says it.
She can say it how she says it. She's from a different place.
I'm gonna start calling you Hazy.
No.
How about that?
Haze. Okay? Just make sure you got it right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Haze.
So it's a bad stop. I'll let you listen to the commentary. I won't. All right, here we go.
Step out of the vehicle.
Guns drawn.
Keep coming. Stop. Down on your knees.
And shouting commands.
Shake that ass for Dre.
They caught a possible car thief.
Shake that ass for
dashboard cameras recorded as several more deputies arrived, weapons in hand. All the while, a stunned father, now in handcuffs,
Can I ask what's going on?
pleaded for an explanation and begged them to
Hands
listen.
on your
Several
knees.
deputies were now pointing their guns at his 16-year-old daughter who suffers from
Hands
epilepsy.
on your knees.
Okay, that's fine.
Seconds later, video from another deputy's body camera shows the teenager getting detained.
It's traumatizing for him, and it's a sad situation.
A situation, his attorney argues, never should have happened. The deputy who made the traffic stop had a typo when he searched Jason's license plate, and it came back as a stolen vehicle from New Mexico.
Check your own work to make sure that you're not putting innocent civilians' lives in danger. Because if they do one wrong move, they're shot.
Recordings show authorities frustrated with the mistake.
This is what I'm talking about people on the shift not knowing what they're doing.
The deputy who made the error sounded shocked.
Oh my God.
And somewhat defensive when confronted by another deputy.
Yeah, people make mistakes.
Mistakes happen, but lives are at stake when mistakes happen.
Meanwhile, the family is considering a lawsuit.
Whether your standard operating procedures need to be changed, whether the officers that aren't trained need to be removed from the force, there needs to be some accountability.
Y'all get it.
All right.
No,
now,
I don't get it.
Now, let me explain something.
Okay, hold on a second. One at a time.
I spoke on this a while back when I said, and people have questioned me. Some people have laughed like, what the fuck is he talking about? When I said the DMV is probably the most dangerous 3-letter organization that we have. And they were like, well, what is that supposed to mean? Do you know how many people die because of a mistake at the goddamn DMV? Something just like that.
They said this was a manual error by
it was the cop messed this one up. But I see what you're saying about motor vehicles. They can have some.
Look. I need to say this.
All right, say this.
I have compassion for the people who got arrested wrongly, but I don't, because niggas like me, niggas like you, have been having this happen for decades. And they don't find out on the street. They find out after 30 days of lockup.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I hear you, but we can't. Let me put
I
it
don't
this
feel
way.
bad for them as much as I feel bad about people like myself. Because guess what? Because of who they are, they have more options. They have more ways to get out of it. And they have more consideration and benefit of the doubt than we do. Right?
Okay.
Because
I agree
if it didn't
with
get
that
caught,
in a general sense. I agree with it in a general sense. In this particular situation,
I can hear the ink in the comments bubbling right now.
Yeah, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
In this particular situation, the officer ran a tag. For no reason other than just to run the tag. Like that's another thing with the officers just randomly running tags to check if a car is stolen and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I get it, but you could catch somebody whose registration got suspended because they didn't pay a toll, and now you're pulling them over, and you get a little attitude from them, and before you know it, the person ends up dead. So I'm not saying that they don't run tags. I'm just saying. People. But here's the other thing. I saw another video of a guy in a Lamborghini that was definitely stolen, and they didn't draw on him. Actually, he ended up taking off in the Lamborghini and crashed the car and killed himself.
What was his ethnicity, sir?
He was black, sir. Okay? Yeah, it was a black guy in a Lamborghini. I'll put the link in the description. Somebody can watch it later. It's pretty bad. It's on the Police Activity Channel. But this guy was black, had a Lamborghini. The police found out the car was stolen, and I never once saw them pull a gun to try to get him out the car. So these people
probably because they didn't know how to open the door on that motherfucker.
Well, they were trying to, didn't quite get the door open. But what I'm saying is the shot that we saw of this family was a man on the ground with his hands up behind his head. That means he had been told to exit the vehicle, had followed all commands up until that point, and was on the ground. Why is the officer why are they still drawing on this person when he hasn't given any reason for them to think that he has a weapon? Just because a car is stolen does not mean...
Talk about that. You're right.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Just because a car is stolen doesn't necessarily mean that the person is armed and dangerous either.
Nor the teenage passenger being arrested being necessary. That's another.
Exactly.
I wonder why. All right, so look, I would like to talk about the guns drawn part. I don't have any problem with one officer pulling security. And what I mean by that is in the military, when we we used to have gate guard duty. So if a car comes up, we have one soldier standing on point with his M16 facing downward or M4, whatever you're using. I would approach the vehicle while I'm talking to said person in the vehicle. The gun is still drawn, but you know that. But it's facing down, nobody flash banging nobody. So then, if they get out of the car, we do a search of the vehicle. So look, if 4 officers are on scene or even 2, if one officer has his weapon drawn, that means facing the ground,
That means everybody's out because if you're pulling security, because the person.
What I'm saying is he's not close to the person who's being interrogated. Right. He could be about 10 or 15 feet away. He's just there for security, but from a better perspective where you can see everything.
A better vantage point. Yeah.
So you got 2 officers, one talking, and then the other person just there in case it gets physical. But the security is in the back with the burner. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is every police officer out there has a gun drawn. And when you're trying to talk at the ready, that's not a good time to talk.
Right.
That's not.
It's like anything could go wrong, and that's what I'm glad you touched on that, Bricks, because that was really the point why I brought this video to you, is because when we saw the guy on the ground or get on the ground, put his hands up on his head, that means he had already been told to exit the vehicle, but he was told to exit the vehicle from where they were. Right. They didn't come to the car and say, "Sir, we need you to step out of the car real quick," and he started a whole bunch of stuff. They never gave him an opportunity to do that. They immediately treated it like this person was an armed and dangerous felon, called back up, stayed 20 feet back, and gave commands from back there.
Now,
so
they're
anything could have gone wrong.
Writing comments about me, and I'm gonna tell you why.
And
I'm gonna say this: if for some reason I have been led to believe by home office or whoever, whatever we call dispatch or whatever, that a vehicle is stolen, I'm just being honest. As a normal human being, I'm going to assume that if somebody got balls enough to steal a vehicle, that they probably do have a weapon. So I'm not saying I'm going to draw my weapon. What I'm saying is I'm going to be at the ready. I'm going to assume there's danger in this vehicle because, number one, if they did steal this vehicle, then they probably do not want to go to jail.
Understood, but most, but
at the same time, never mind. I disagree with myself because if they stole that vehicle, they would have kept driving.
Right. Listen. No, most criminals, by definition, not definition, but by statistics, most criminals are nonviolent in the first place. So why make it violent?
Most crimes are nonviolent. That's true.
Yeah, most crimes are nonviolent.
But and that's my thing. Like I said, they have to give an opportunity for you to follow commands.
Hold up, yo. I don't know who walked behind you, Bravo, but it looked like one of them James Bond intros. Like we see a blurry silhouette of
right.
Gold finger. Like next time you see it, she's gonna be swimming upside down.
Right.
That was awesome.
Like slow motion.
Anyway, let me finish out my bad idea segment here because I need the people in the comments are always going to come for us saying that the police's job is hard, and we understand that. But
they have to deal with the worst people all the time.
I hear what you're saying, but the worst people. Here's the thing: if I got 4 cops, I got 4 of them. All of us, we were parked behind a car, 20 to 25 feet. We got cover from our doors. We are basically, we got the upper hand. If you move the wrong way, we are lighting this car up and nobody survives, right? So you're walking to us backwards with your hands in the air. Somebody should not have to have their weapon out. The officer that actually cuffs the guy had to put his gun away to cuff him, even though everybody else still had the guns drawn. So why is it so aggressive in just because the car was stolen? It wasn't, he's fleeing a felony. I know why. It's because we constantly leave people in the suck. Like if cops were on the beat all the time, they're going to create their own mentality. So I think they should cycle out from beat duty to traffic duty. You know what I mean? I think they should cycle out. It's like a 6-month thing so their brain can relax and not be so hyper vigilant all the time.
That's a great fucking idea.
Yeah,
you
know what I mean? Because
if you put somebody on the beat for 7 years, they're going to create a callousness in their soul against everybody.
But
you know what I mean?
Time out. See, if you cycle out, I don't know the time period on this, but even though it kind of sucks, like it should be something where it's long enough where see, the problem is when you, all right, so let's say this. Let's say it was a week on, week off, right? If all you do is a week on the street, it's too soon, right?
Yeah.
And then you get off, let's say, you had some pretty traumatic stuff happen in that week, and you're like, thank God I'm back on tickets again. And then when you go back, look at the thumbs up. Ain't that cute?
Yeah, it's cool.
Then when you go back to street duty again, you might be scared because you just, oh shit, I got to go back in the hood again or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So how long is long enough? Pause.
I think
long enough for you.
I think a year on, year off. I think a year on, year off because
but see, if you take a year off, you're going to be so used to the nice 9 to 5, just sitting on the side of the road, sleeping, hoping you wake up to dispatch. You know,
but the whole thing is that there's things that we can do about that. You know what I mean? The problem. Okay, great, thank you. So we're just not going to fix shit.
I kind of, Bravo. What you're saying is very intelligent. I'm going to give you your props on that. However, I kind of lean towards what Sekou is saying because look at people with remote work. They gave people 2 years off for COVID, and when they had to go back to normal job, it was like. It was bothersome. Like, why do I have to go do this? Why can't I continue to work from home? What you mean, sit at home and sleep till 12 o'clock and wake up?
It made the workforce better because now they have to consider it.
Better.
No, it made the workforce better because now the companies have to actually consider giving people full remote or mostly remote jobs because it's actually a functional thing.
And they started micromanaging harder. Because when they would,
if you buy into it, but if you're good at what you do, you have nothing to worry about.
Right. So should we have remote police? We want to have remote police?
I'm not remote police. I'm talking about cycle on and cycle off.
What if they did? Like somebody just pulls up a Zoom screen. We're shooting at you.
Right. Pew, 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 pew. Fall down. You're not playing fair.
For the police officers involved in this, I did hear at least one of them complain about the other officer who was, messing up. So at least I heard some level of
they knew they was all going down, yeah?
Right.
Yep.
Because Officer Bilko, Moose Gruder.
Yeah, so that family's going to pull they got their lawyer and they're going to put a lawsuit in and they're probably going to win because, if nothing else, man, getting 4 cops drawing guns on you and all that, just one wrong
child with special needs.
Yeah, special needs child and all that, and that has epilepsy, so she could have had a seizure. They would have thought she's going for a gun or something. And now we're having a whole different conversation. So
I feel it. We're going to agree to disagree. What's next?
Agree to disagree with shit.
I'll tell you this much, damn it.
Exactly what's next.
Can bless a hot mess, amen.
The gods have awakened.
I'm very happy to be here.
Turn around, ladies, for me, please.